Alright, what's up, yins? Guys, time for another video. I want to do a video on this because this is the kind of shit that I would like to see people being ready for. That I've been seeing this shit on the news, and I definitely have enough of friends on YouTube. I kind of call them friends. They're looking on my videos, especially what I admire, like female fitness people on YouTube, and I want to put this and classify this as something that you don't want to make it mandatory or force women to get into fitness, but this is something where I got to see where I think some of these girls in college need a little bit so they can have not just physical. There's got to be inner strength and not be too easily intimidated by some of these guys because they try to hijack them mentally, too, the same way. Well, there's one example is a good thing. Why it's a good thing that the one woman I saw on American Ninja Warrior sees, she said how American Ninja Warrior saved her life. But I want to make my case that there's like some kind of inner strength and other kind of strengths that are needed. And this particular thing I saw on the TV news, and I don't know how the fuck this was even allowed to even happen. Okay, this one particular girl, and her father gets out of prison. I show you the article. He gets out of prison, right? Whether he's paroled or something, he gets out of prison. Somebody allows her to allow him. She has him staying in her dorm room in the damn college, okay? So the guy, it becomes an article on the news that the guy is in trouble for extortion, human trafficking, all kind of categorized things and all that. He was trying to be a cult leader. He was getting these young women, these girls in college, their friend, getting the girls' other friends in college involved in getting them, brainwashing them into calling their parents up, right, and asking their parents for money, like off their credit card, so he could go take it from them and extort it. So anyway, this college girl, not a good idea, lets her dad stay in the dorm room, probably figures, he was in prison, give him a second chance. And okay, even a father never committed no crime. You can also argue maybe if the parents want to come from another state, right, and they want to come all the way to visit their daughters over there, maybe they'd be staying at a hotel nearby if they want to visit their. But you got to wonder where the fuck was the people that run the college to allow this father to even stay in the room? I mean, there might have been an aspect of it, some of that could have been harmless, but every other normal parent that say their daughter is away in a college in a few states over or something like that, they travel to go see their daughter or even son, right? Every other fucking normal parent, their parents would be staying at a hotel nearby. But I don't know if some college would allow something to a certain point, right? Normal parents. So we're talking about normal parents. Maybe somewhere inside the college, maybe separate dorm somewhere that's on campus. But I never even fucking heard of this where this girl allows her dad to be in the damn dorm room. I'm pausing a lot. I'm rationalizing this in my head. I'm not laughing. It ain't funny. I'm not laughing like, haha, it's funny. No, it's not funny. But at the same time, I'm rolling my eyes. What the fuck? And yeah, probably figured, dad just needs a second chance. But he's staying in the dorm room, right? And then fucking terrorizing her friends, somehow brainwashing her friends. And then somehow they're scared of this guy, and he's extorting from them. He's doing shit with their minds, reprogramming their minds. Like, I guess maybe like he's in between whatever the hell he's saying it's for, but then he's hijacking their mind. Okay, if you're a young girl and staying in a dorm and you got friends nearby that are with you too, and you're not even, I could see how they can do that to a girl by herself, which is, you don't want to see that happen, right? How the fuck does that happen? Say you got your girl and your other girlfriends around too. Man, this guy is either very scary and manipulative to take control of their brains and their minds, and uh, or these girls are very weak in certain ways, not in a bad way. That I think this world, the way this world is, I think that they can't be just too girly to a point where every little thing. There's got to be some other kind of psychological training mixed with physical exercise, which some of that you have sports programs and different things, physical programs there maybe in the college anyway. But there's some kind of a weakness, that something that's needed. You can't force some young girl to do anything I'm doing on YouTube, right? Or you can't force them to do anything that, say, some of my wonderful friends that are doing stuff that are good enough to make good comments about my exercise videos. You can't force these girls to do what my fitness friends are doing. They can't do it either. If you're any of my subscribers that do a little exercise that are like women and all that, I appreciate you even commenting. You can't force girls like this to get into what you're doing, but I think they need a healthy amount of skepticism, a healthy amount of inner strength. I mean, there's something that used to be innocent, and now these girls are. You don't want them to be too male, but you don't want them to be too, so girly that every little thing scares them, and maybe dad gets involved and tries to teach something. I don't know, what are you going to do? Teach them to be like the female soldiers in the IDF, teach them Krav Maga or whatever, I don't know, but there's a lot of things that really need to be like life locked, that some of these girls in college need. I can't be an authority to tell them how to do it, but all I know is something is seriously wrong. But this guy is a piece of shit, and he needs to really get locked away where he shouldn't have any ability to do this to anybody else. I mean, but I'm wondering like how the hell this even happens. But some of these people need to be able to protect themselves and say if there's a certain person engaged in some kind of behavior. Shit, I sure as hell wouldn't even, I can't even grasp how some guy like this could do this. Like, I can't picture myself trying to do shit like this. I mean, I'll tell somebody and show something what they need to do with themselves to a point, but I can't imagine trying to intimidate, trying to extort, manipulate, or even do some kind of shit like, you remember the Manson girls or whatever, too. Jesus. I mean, just as you think you're seeing it all in the TV news, I mean, like, what the fuck is going on with these people? But then I want to say another thing, too. This is not hating on any transgenders, but I want to say, consider this, too. If you're a boy and you're young, right, and you decide, like, because it's the big fad now, you want to turn yourself into a girl, right? What I'm concerned about is somebody coercing these people that do transgender transitions, right? And if that's what they want to do, it's their business. But there's a point where some of these boys, they want to do that. I don't know if they're doing it because they see so many other people doing it. It's all, it's some kind of, they're doing it because they see other people doing it. But yet there is something where at a certain age they can be taken advantage of by other transgender people or people that ain't. I mean, there's a vulnerability they might have where somebody like this guy can take advantage of them, you know what I'm saying? I can't grasp, even though some people, it's their business what they want to do, really, if they're not a minor and they're old enough to make some decision, even though you don't like the decision. But I'm making a case where these people can be like emotionally vulnerable some kind of way, whether they want to be a girl, and they're going to get taken advantage of by some of these people that come in many gender classes. There's hierarchies in every damn walk of life that want to mentally intimidate, dominate other people, and bully. Comes in other forms, but everybody's so jazzed about the non-gay against gay and non-transgender against transgender bullying. That's such a big diversion now. Who's looking at these other people in that community that are bullying their own? I mean, there's that they can take advantage of even each other and exploit each other. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, making a case that why would somebody want to turn themselves into a girl and be a little bit lower down and be vulnerable like that? And it's like whether somebody is a what do you call it, a biological girl, or they want to change themselves into. There's I'm saying there's room for these sociopaths and these different kinds of people that take advantage of somebody that's a notch down or two emotionally. And there's people out there that want to bring you down a notch or two emotionally or psychologically, right? And keep you down there so that you can be controlled. You know what I mean? That's some dangerous shit. And I don't care what gender you want to identify as or whether you're biological. There's some lines where even people of their own kind, want to exploit somebody else's weakness to trying to be fair. You know what I mean? But Jesus Christ, just when you think you've seen it all,